What's up, traders? Matt from the Trade Brigade here doing a technical analysis on ticker symbol DM for desktop metal. On the left-hand side, we have the daily time frame, and on the right-hand side, the 30-minute intraday time frame. First things first, yes, we have covered this stock in the past, and obviously the big catalyst today was the fact that they're tripling their manufacturing space, led to a big breakout on the session, coming into a known area of resistance. So prior support, prior resistance, and that's exactly where the party stopped today at $8.70. What do we see underneath us, right? The big breakout zone was here at $7.50. You'll certainly note it was prior support, and then the top end of the range led to higher once we actually captured it. So all things considered, from a daily perspective, chart looks phenomenal. I do want to remind you though, let me scrunch this chart up. Overall, still in a bearish trend, okay? So don't get overly aggressive. Certainly some possibility for day trades here. However, the trend hasn't definitively switched yet from that longer term perspective, okay? So wanted to remind you of that before we get into the 30-minute for some more nuance. The first thing we're always looking at whenever we see a large bar like this on really solid volume down below is, can we get upward continuation? Is the momentum going to be there tomorrow? A very easy way to check in on this would simply be to take a look at volume. If volume's at and around 1.5 million shares or greater per 30-minute bar, then absolutely yes, look for momentum continuation into that next target at 960. You can see it's the top of the prior range from right in here. If volume is not on par with that number there, which we just discussed, then it's likely you're not going to see another huge momentum push to get us into some of these upside targets. If volume dries up a bit, if it's more on par with what we've seen here in some subsequent sessions, then look for sideways consolidation, ideally in the upper 38.2% of today's move. That brings me to my next point, which is, of course, the infamous Fibonacci's coming from the low of the move up to the high. You'll certainly note that this little end of day pullback never even came close to the 38.2. So there's certainly some healthy wiggle room up here available if there is going to be, again, a low volume consolidation period. So let's clean up the 38.2, get that off the chart, talk in terms of scenarios. Scenario number one would actually ideally be up above this number. So let me throw that on the chart. So there we go. So scenario number one consolidates in here. Obviously, that's more bullish because we're respecting structure, not blindly following the 38.2. Scenario number two would, of course, be the respect of the 38.2 at $8.11. So healthy consolidation like this, eventually putting in higher lows, right? Something like this, and then the break up and over 870 to get into 960. On that break, again, looking for big volume to come in to actually support that momentum move higher. Anything underneath $8.11, this is where you need to be careful. We could unwind basically the non-structure here and get back for a back test of 750. In that case, you would want to start looking out for, on the daily perspective at least, hammer candles that print, indecision doji candles that print, basically things down here that make you question, is this pullback ending? Can we flip long over these highs and then get back up into some of these overhead targets? That is the place where it would happen, right? You basically get a break, a retest, something like this, and use that as a new higher low. That, again, is the area of interest at $7.50. That's really going to wrap up the analysis. It's all about volume at scenario 1 and 2. 3 is not really ideal, and I'm not advocating for that, but we do need to at least have it on our radar. That's going to wrap up the video. If you enjoyed it or learned anything new, let me know in the comments section or by giving the video a thumbs up. Don't forget our main channel is linked in the description, and all of that being said, I wish you a green trading week.